Just got out of the shower. It's Monday, which means obviously I did not want to wake up. So I waited until the very last second to hop in the shower, grab my glasses, get dressed, and make coffee, which, all resulted in being late. So, because of course, happy Monday. Naomi's late. Hello, kitty. Come on, can you get off my chair? Hello. Hello, baby. Come on. Come on. No, I didn't mean like roll around and lay back down. There you go. Butt down on the ground. I keep knocking over my tripod. Here we go. All right. Ugh. Okay. Hello, Sarah. All right, let me get this set up and then I can share the link. I messed this up a little bit. I was working on stuff over the weekend, so nothing was set for me today because so it all looks a little weird. Hello, Alex. I almost sent you a Voxer, Alex. Almost. I think I got to send you a text first. Because I was like this close. I was like, oh, I'll send. Oh, I better not. She has no warning. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me share the link. Copy link. Okay. Come on. Load. Oh my God, this is being so slow. No, cat, I don't want you. No, ma'am. Keep going. No. No. Oh, and you're purring. Go. It's like she thinks if she turns on the... Also, I will reinstall it. Okay. I suck. I know. You can say it. Please don't say it in my face or publicly. No, I don't want you on my lap right now. Go eat. Or something. You're very cute, but I don't want you on my lap. No. Good morning, Jessica. No. Listen about as well as the kids do sometimes. She's being needy today. Very. Mona's over there eating. I can hear the dry food crackling in her mouth. And Brizzo's just like, no. I want your lap and I want it now. No. She is a kid. She is. That she is. She's one of my babies. Okay. All right. I feel a little bit more put together-ish. How are you, Sabrina? Word people. It is Monday. It's so Monday. I did not want to wake up today because Monday. I was like, Word people though. I dropped the author's blogging templates pack into Word. yesterday. So it is there for you when you want to, if you're starting your blog or when you want to start your blog. Work will be crazy today. Been preparing for today, so hopefully it goes well. Fingers crossed for you. No, I don't want you either. You're just like the other cat, but bigger and harder to move. Oh, ow! Butt! All right. I want to say good morning to Void Floof. All right, go. Legs are a bit sore from the hike this weekend. I can believe it. Mine are sore from going up and down the stairs 52 times today. Not quite the same as a hike, but it feels like. Are you going to break my printer? That sounds like a printer tray breaking. I don't know if it's designed to hold you. Good morning, Pepper. 5.8 miles for my first hike ever. Surprised it isn't more sore than what they are. Nice. You're super tired. It's Monday. I get it. And you were working like all weekend. And you were working this morning even. I kept getting all the notifications. Refreshed your mind for writing. Yay! I was able to rewrite a scene and it reads so amazingly. It's when the MC enters a new city. It's just beautiful. Awesome. I slept 12 hours. Doesn't feel long enough. I feel that. Good morning, Kimmy. You need to hike again? Indy, good morning. Well, good afternoon, Indy. How was your day today? I'm doing great, thanks. Yesterday I wrote 6,700 words. Today I was working on Pay Hip. No, I swear I got a Discord notification from you. I swear your name was on it. Maybe not. I'm probably going to go hiking tomorrow if it's not freezing. Oh, my kids today. Piper's in this phase right now where she's like a superhero who can resist weather, which is fine. Yay. But that means that at 23 degrees outside today, and she didn't want her coat. I'm like, I don't care. Don't wear it. You want to resist the weather? Resist the weather all you want, but carry the coat. I'm not sending you to school without a coat. What if I get heat stroke at 23 degrees when you're barely walking? You're not going to get heat stroke. Commercials suck. I'm going to try work on my blogging skills. Kind of suck at it right now. Sabrina, I bet you're better than you think you are. I am exhausted from work. I worked 7 hours so far. I still need to work about 3 more hours. Oof, that sounds hard. Get a phone call from the teacher asking why she doesn't have a coat. The last time it was like, I want to say it was near 40. I don't remember if it was like 39 or 41 or whatever, but it was near 40. And she said she didn't need a coat. And I was like, okay. And then I got like 4 messages from the school. One from her teacher saying like, "Hey, Piper doesn't have a coat, so I couldn't let her go out to recess." One from um, someone in the office saying, "Hey, we can't let the kids go out for recess if they don't have a coat and it's below 50." And then one saying just something along the lines of, "Did you know Piper didn't have a coat? Do you need one?" I was like, okay. I mean, and it's weird considering the school's policy is if it's below 50, they need a coat. But if it's above 11, they will go outside to play. Like, 11's friggin' cold. Get a phone call. Oh, almost there. I almost hit the 75,000 word just by editing. Before editing, I had 55,000. I love editing so much. Trying to get the most out of Canva before my free trial ends. Oh, okay. All right. You know, Sarah, what are you using? What are you using Canva for during this free trial? You know, it really doesn't sound like my printer is happy with your butt on it right now. It really sounds like you're straining things or cracking them. I just found out about a water inspection, so I got to clean the whole apartment this morning before work. Oh, no. We don't go out to decide to play at my school. If it was below 30, we went to the gym. Still need to edit about 11 chapters. I have 10 chapters already done. Eee! Voice to text needs to fix itself. Sometimes I swear voice to text is more brutal than autocorrect. Can I ask a question? Oh, that usually sets me up for something. But yes, please go ahead and ask. That usually sets me up for something. Chapter headings, paragraph dividers, just in case, banners and stuff for my notions, the Bible stuff and more. Alex sent stuff for newsletter and blogs about a book. Absolutely. I still feel like you're setting me up. But we'll see. But ask away. Ask away. I'm sorry. Sarah, let me know. Oh, you know what, Kimmy? I can't find that contract. I have been looking for it. I looked for it all weekend. I don't know. It must have been on my other computer, and I must not have ever saved it to the cloud because I can't find it. So I'm trying to ask other people, like in my ghostwriting group and whatnot, if any of them have one. I'm sorry. I thought I had it. Sarah, let me know how you like Canva because it's like I know of a couple. There's like Relay That, and Snapied, Snapied. I don't know if it's supposed to be Snapied or if it's supposed to be Snappied, and I don't know. But Snapied, both of them, at least a short while ago, like a few months ago, were offering a lifetime deal, meaning like you pay like $47, which can be a lot, but then that's it. There's no like recurring subscription. And both of them have a lot of the same features as Canva. The only issue is obviously you can't, like any Canva templates that you buy from someone else, they won't work. You won't be able to import them in. But you can set up your own templates. So depending on how much you love Canva, those might be some good options for you to get pro features in a graphic editor without paying monthly subscriptions. And Purvi, I'm sorry if I made you nervous. Yes, please, you are welcome to ask questions. It's just more than a few times people have come in here asking, saying something like, can I ask you a question? And then they ask like the worst question. So I'm sorry if I made you feel unwelcome, but you are more than welcome to ask a question. No worries. Thank you. You're at the ready. Can you repeat names? You fired off names. I'm sorry. Relay that, all one word, RELAY, that, all one word. Ooh, and Design Wizard, also all one word. And then the last one is Snapeed, SNAPIED. Those mugs behind you are beautiful. Ah, thank you. I can't use them. Someone sent them to me as a gift. Hang on. Most of the stuff back there is gifts. Some of it is stuff that I bought. But most of it is a gift. But I can't use these mugs. I love them, and they're like great. They're a great size and everything. Game of Thrones, Moon of My Life, and the Sun of My Stars. My Sun and Stars. Anyway, the issue with them is the design is just a sticker. And when I told the person who gifted it to me, I was like, these are great. I wish I could use them. And she goes, why can't you use them? I said, well, the design is just a sticker. Like, if you look really closely, you can even see where they kind of like messed up placing the sticker, which means I can't wash them, which means I can't use them. And she was so mad because she thought they were like, printed. Like she thought they were printed so that you could actually use them. She was so mad. I think she emailed the person she got them from somewhere on Etsy. But, I mean, I'm assuming there's a reason they were made as stickers. Like, I am assuming it's because they didn't know how to make the printed ones. So, thanks. You're very welcome. Grogu is everywhere. Grogu is everywhere. And there's more that way. And there's some up there. I've been wanting for bean juice. I've been waiting for bean juice to kick in. My brain is not in gear yet. I feel ya. Clay mugs are designed by hand and painted. I look for those. Yeah, that's what my TARDIS one is. Is a clay mug that was hand painted. Right away. Hey, hello. What's bean juice? Coffee. My desk is covered in sticky notes. I blame Alex. Alex will make you use up your sticky notes. You were drinking coffee from 5-liter mug. Sounds about right. Actually, no, this is, well, I mean, I don't know what that, no, it's not liters. I had to think for a minute. I have not had enough coffee to do that kind of math conversions. But it is a 15-ounce mug. There's a building downtown that has windows that look like Post-it notes. Really? I'm writing a book right now, and I wanted it to be over 50,000 words. It was my nano project. Some things happened to where I had to pause, okay? But the book doesn't seem like it will be that long. All right, so NaNoWriMo focuses a lot on word count, and that's fine. In reality, you don't need to focus on word count while you're writing. Word count is something that editors and publishers worry about. You don't have to worry about it as the writer. Your job as the writer in this scenario, the author who is writing, is to get the story downloaded from your brain into a file or onto paper, or both. So your job is to get the whole story out of your head and onto paper so that the editor has something to work with and do what they need to do to get it publish worthy. So if you're feeling like it's not going to be quite 50,000 words, doesn't matter. Keep going. Get the whole story down. Sorry, someone decided to message me. And it's very distracting. Get the whole story down. Because here's the thing that happens. You start getting scared that you don't have enough words. You start putting in filler things. And you don't need filler things. What you need to do is get the whole story down, and then when you go back through and you start editing, you're going to find holes. You're going to find spots where you need to slow things down and add in more details. You're going to find spots where you can add in clarification, and that's going to add to your word count. So don't worry about it while you're writing. During NaNoWriMo, I understand the focus on word count. By all means, use all the fillers you want during those types of writing challenges. But as of right now, you're just writing a book. It just happened to be your nano book at first. 50,000 words is a nice, even target to go for. But while you're writing, your real target is to get the story on paper. I have lots of books on, yes, I'm surrounded by books. I've got books over there. I've got books on a bookshelf over there. I've got books over here. I've got books behind me. And then I've got a bookshelf upstairs. I love sticky notes. How I get through work, they are color-coded by deadlines. Nice. Tossing them in my desk drawer counts as cleaning, yes. Yeah. The whole building looks like a giant blackboard in Portland. It always makes me want to write. Nice. Here, finally. Seisha! Good morning, Seisha. Happy Monday. I didn't want to wake up. Thank you. I was worried about it at first. Yeah, no. You are so welcome. All right, I'm sorry. Everyone say hello to Floof. She's got to go. My legs are falling asleep. Oof. Ugh. I do not support the war. And that is as much as you're going to get out of me on that. Top 5. You think I'm awake? I don't know if you're awake or not, but you're here and that's what counts. What's your top 5 writing advice? Okay, let's see. Top 5 writing advice. Number 1, don't forget to write the book. Do not get so caught up in the whole process, in whether you're like wondering like, how do I find an editor? How do I format the book? How do I upload it and get it published? Or how do I go getting an agent? How do I get traditionally published? How do I make a publishing house notice me? Don't worry about any of that. Write the book. Don't forget to write the book. Number 2, start marketing as soon as you have a title, a working title. It doesn't matter if the title changes later, but you need to start figuring out what other books are similar to you and then showing up online somewhere talking about the books that are similar to you, the books that are in your genre. Start like meeting the readers who read those types of books and things. And then every once in a while sprinkling in the fact that you're also writing a book so that they will be at the ready and wanting to buy your book when you finish. That's number 2. Number 3, If you can't do both, if you can't do both 1 and 2, if that feels overwhelming, focus on writing the book. Marketing can wait. You don't want marketing to wait, but marketing can technically wait. Number 4, this is only for certain people because someone's going to tell me no. But number 4 is turn off your inner editor and make them wait their turn. You can always fix your book as long as you don't stop writing a book. But the problem with your inner editor is that they try to turn you into a perfectionist when you're still writing. And writing has nothing to do with perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. But writing has nothing to do with choosing the right words and everything to do with getting the story out of your head onto paper. And you're never going to do that, or you're never going to feel comfortable doing that if every time you do it, your inner editor goes, is that the right word? I don't think that's the right word. No one's going to like this. This is so boring. Why did you do this? It's never going to happen. You're going to talk yourself right out of writing the book. So turn off the inner editor, turn off the spell checkers, turn off the grammar checkers, turn off anything that is going to tell you that any part of your story is a mistake, and turn them all back on when you're in editing, when it's your editor's turn to edit. That's when you can turn it all back on and you can run through and fix things and so on and so forth. And number 5, hang out with writers, because we get it and we've all been there. I'm a young writer. I was once told that you want your writing to be good, but as a young person, it will always seem as good for a teenager. I was wondering if you have a take on this. So, hi, Tabby. Okay. Here's my issue. First off, I do not believe in good writing. Even the books that we call well-written weren't. They were well edited. Most of the books we find on a bookshelf have teams of editors. Even when we talk about scripts for movies, we say well written. It's so well written. Everything's so well written. It was all well edited. And there were teams of people involved. Some of them, depending on whether or not we're talking about television shows or movies or whatever, there might be teams of writers and teams of editors. When you're talking about a book, there's usually one writer, but there's still usually, depending on the path and the author and how they got it published, there's still usually like at least 2 or 3 editors going through it. More if you're traditionally published. Fewer if you are self-publishing, but even then, the authors who are self-publishing tend to pay more close attention because they're not expecting other people to catch everything, and they're worried that if they don't catch everything, they're going to be the ones blamed. So they tend to pay more attention than people who are getting traditionally published to the editing process. So all that said, every time you look at your writing and you try to compare it to something on a bookshelf, you're not giving your story a chance. It's like looking at the ingredients. It's like looking at a sack of flour and some eggs and some cocoa powder and being like, this cake sucks. Like it's not done yet. It hasn't been edited yet. So and putting the pressure on you that it has to be well written, it's not healthy. That's going to lead to so many doubts and everything else. So your job is to get all the ingredients together. Your job as a writer is to put it all down, download it from your brain into a file, onto paper. And that gives editors something to do. That gives publishers something to read. That gives, from there, that's when you can decide what needs to happen to get it published. But you can't start making that decision when you're still trying to write it. Hello, Farah. My watch decided to change the YouTube video to the next on the list. Oh, no. Ageism is a problem everywhere. No! I'm sorry, cat, go drink more water, okay? I don't want a cat on me right now. Whew. Usually ignore it is best, but you can. Naomi might have a better take. Ageism sucks. It really does. And you know what else? Is like whenever they say for and there's a bunch of them. There's you throw pretty good for a girl. You run pretty fast for a girl. You sound pretty strong for a girl. You write pretty well for a teenager. Like, they all suck. Okay? Ignore everything after the compliment. Just let the rest out of your head. Get the but, the for out. Just ignore that part. Because if you focus on that part, you're going to feel bad. What's your biggest pet peeve in a book or when like reading a book? When it's first person. Well, no, it's not first person that's the pet peeve. It's when it's first person and they make a decision I wouldn't make. I edit as I go or I'll forget, but that's just me. And there are some people who do that, and that's fine if it works. The problem is for a lot of people, it really doesn't work. And a lot of people who will come to me and say that they edit as they go, it ends up being more about their comfort than about their progress. Like their editing actually halts their progress because they're trying to get comfortable with their writing on the way, and it's not actually good. It's not actually helping them. But then when I force them to turn off their inner editors and I force them to like start doing writing sprints and turning off their grammar checkers and like actually start, focusing on the writing while they're writing and then focusing on the editing when they're editing, they end up making more progress. If it does work for you, that's amazing. But I think it's the tendency that it doesn't. I think there are for more people that it doesn't work than it is that it does work for. Gotta go. All right, Sabrina, have a great day. I'm writing a book, but my problem right now is feeling like I'm rushing through parts. Any tips? You give great writing advice. I appreciate it a lot. Aw, thank you so much. I'm glad that it's helpful. I don't know what you're talking about, Alex. All right, so you're feeling like you're rushing through certain parts. Any tips? It's okay if you're rushing through certain parts. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Mamie Dubois. I am sorry if I butchered your name. I apologize. But when you're in the middle of writing, like when you're still writing the book, it's probably one of the worst times for you to try to gauge whether or not something is rushed, is slow, is boring, is exciting, or so on and so forth. And a lot of writers, they get into this, especially pantsers. Pantsers are amazing because they're so confident in their story idea that they will run with it. Whereas planners, they tend to start trying to flesh it out into a good story. And if they can't make it a good story, they will talk themselves right back out of it before they ever really start writing anything. They'll start on the outline, they'll get a good outline going, and then if they can't turn it into anything, they won't start writing the story. Whereas pantsers are like, woohoo, let's go. They have so much confidence in their ideas, they just run for it. As a recovering pantser, I remember so many stories that I would start that were amazing, and I loved them, and I would sit down and I would just start writing, and I had so much confidence in those stories. And as I started moving more and more toward planner, I realized how much more discerning I am with my ideas because of that. Because of the fact that I will talk myself back out of an idea, because hindsight makes everything feel dumb, right? Hindsight makes some of your best ideas sound stupid. But when you're writing, you don't really have an idea of how that scene measures to the whole book yet. Planners might have a little bit more of an idea of how it's going to measure out to the rest of the book, but pantsers really don't. Pantsers know pretty much like what they started up to where they are. And they might have even forgotten where they started. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, their vision is right here. And so when you're zoomed in right here, it's really hard to know what that is going to do for the whole rest of the book until you're done. And then you can get into editing and you can say, wow, yeah, I really rushed through that. I need to slow it down. I need to fill in some gaps. I need to add more showing to slow the scene down. I need to add more tension or something along those lines. So while you're writing, don't worry about it too much. Write the story. One way to slow down, I just kind of mentioned it. One way to slow down a scene, if you do find that you need to slow it down, is to start showing. And that means instead of telling someone what is happening, like think about how you're telling someone a story, right? And you go, and then this person did this, but then this person did this, right? So instead of telling them what happened, slow down, bring in the senses, and describe what happened. So instead of telling them he was angry, describe to them what they see when that person is angry. So maybe they see the jaws clenching. Maybe they see like their eyebrows furling. Or maybe they're like, their eyes narrow a little bit and they're just like biting their lip or something or something. Maybe they're just giving some side eye, right? But like instead of telling them this person is angry and giving you side eye, describe what they see so that they can feel that sense of, oh shit, this person is angry at me. Okay, that's one way to slow things down a lot. Pantsing those weirdos. I have every event and everything outlined, but then I go to write it and it's too fast and not as long as I expect it. That's totally fine. Word count is for editors. Download it, get it written, take a break, and then come back with your editing eye, and you'll be able to find the gaps, fill things in, and stretch what you need to stretch. I drove my creative writing teacher crazy because I hated the whole drafting and planning. I write it. Oh my gosh, I was so much the same. When I was in school, I used to hate, like, they would make you write, but they would always want an outline and a rough draft. And before you did the finished draft, right? So like these assignments, they'd be like, you're going to write a story. You're going to write a 10,000 word story. But first, I want the outline by such and such date. And then I want to see your rough draft by such and such date. And then I want to see like the finished story in 3 weeks or whatever it was, right? And it was always like, ugh, I hated that. And so many times I would end up writing my final draft and then trying to pull the outline and like I would actually copy the final draft and like add in mistakes to pretend that was the rough draft and then turn them all in at the same time. Like I would miss the deadlines for the first two. So those two would be like down a grade sometimes, but a lot of times the teacher would still give me credit for them even though they were late. God, I hated that process so much. I appreciate it much more now, but I really hated it when I was in school. I just imagined grabbing random ideas, just booking it down the street. Later. Doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. All right, Pepper, have a great day. Okay, awesome. That makes me feel so much better because I always thought that the editing process was grammar. No, actually, part of the editing process is grammar, but a lot of the editing process is actually also structure and theme and character presence, voice, tone, pacing, all of that gets brought into editing. I always thought editors became the creative writing teachers. I tried once upon a time. I did. I have applied at a couple of different online colleges to see if they would hire me to be a creative writing teacher. And no, they were all like, you need more educational experience. And I was like, well, damn. Because they mean in a, like in a school. They don't mean like here. So I was always like, oh, well, no, I don't. Ah! They don't mean on YouTube. All right, hang on. It's not a great thing, Seisha. Met a new couple and wouldn't let me leave until I wrote down the scenes. What is your favorite color? Brown. I actually have a degree in English education. See, I don't. I have a degree in human services and business management, and I have a master's degree in psychotherapy. Which qualifies me to teach almost any subject. But then when I go to like University of Phoenix was hiring for a couple of adjunct professors in creative writing online. So I was like, I could do that. And then they were like, you don't have enough experience in teaching this. And I was like, I'm all over YouTube. And they're like, that's not the same. Okay. Warning, you know how in the past you've vented to me? Well, it's my turn to vent to you later. Okay. I mean, it's fair turnaround, right? You should be in a good mood, though. Besides the fact that you get to vent to me. Hang on, my hair keeps getting caught in the hinge of my glasses. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Hello, Mama. Hello. This morning I'm pretending to be a functioning human being. I've hit the subscribe, so hopefully I see when you pop up live again, but I have to get going. Thank you for your tips. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you again. What are we talking about today? Writing and publishing. Say hi. I just said hi to like 5 different people. Hello, hello. Hi. Oh, Seisha, so you should be in a good mood, though, because besides the fact that you get to vent to me later, I dropped the author's blogging templates pack into Word, so you'll find them on Discord in Word. Do you watch Has Been Hotel? No. Bye. Nice intellectual channel. Good. Why, thank you. Hello. I can appreciate this. Thank you. Bappy. Bentley. Hi, I'm new. Hello. Good morning. Axolotl. Hi. Where is home? Midwest, United States. What do I do for a living? I am a ghostwriter. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Alex, get some sleep. Nice hair. Thank you. How's the weather? Today it's cold. It's midnight right now. I hope you had a good day. What do you ghostwrite? Mostly books, but a lot of times also a lot of blog articles for people, especially people who are promoting their books, business owners, stuff like that. And then also emails. I write emails for people. Hello from South Africa. Hello. You live in Texas? I used to live in El Paso. Jessica's like, yeah, she's like, she will flick them sometimes before I see what their comment was. Am I a freelancer? Yes. Can you write my essay? How much do you charge? So, can I? Probably, depending on what it is. How much do I charge? Too much for academics. But also, I know that there are ghostwriters out there who will cover academics. Like they will do master's theses and doctorate papers and lit reviews, and they'll do essays in school and stuff like that. I am not one of those ghostwriters. Partially because I already did my homework. It's just not work that I like. Also, because most schools have rules against that. They want you to write your own thing. And I do not feel comfortable potentially getting someone kicked out by saying, yeah, let me do that. I don't want to harm anyone's education. So, no, you cannot hire me for it. You probably could find someone, though. Could I get you to write a strongly worded letter for me? To what? Your blinks say so much sometimes. Have I started using Chat GPT? Yes. Yuki isn't finishing her food, so it looks like we may need to adopt a puppy sooner rather than later. Oh, I'm sure. You need Baby Yoda. You see Baby Yoda. Yeah, they're everywhere. Seisha, I am not surprised at all. Puppies, and I say that knowing that Yuki is a full-grown dog, but come on, puppy. I would call Cerberus a puppy. Puppies take longer to get over a change in the home than humans do. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, puppies take longer. Like it hits them harder than it even hits humans. Cerberus is the bestest of puppies, right? Especially because I can call him puppy and pet his cute little face and then send him home because he's someone else's puppy. How do I feel about AI, like in the writing space, obviously? Brooke, awesome question. I really wish that writers had a chance to get in on the conversation before it started getting weaponized against them. I think one of the biggest problems about AI right now is the fact that so many non-writers are out there saying, oh, you never have to hire, like there's so many marketers who are out there saying like, you never have to hire a copywriter again. There are so many people saying now with this, you can write a blog without writing a blog, and you don't have to hire a content marketing expert at all to write a good blog. There are people out there saying like, oh look, you can just have AI write your whole book and make thousands of dollars a month putting it up on Amazon, who are not writers. In fact, a lot of that one was like crypto, like a year and a half ago. Like they were all like, you can make millions on crypto. You can make thousands a month on AI. There's all these people saying, and I know of a social marketing coach who had been a client of mine who was even saying, like, you never have to hire a VA again. They're going to replace all the VAs. And the sad part is that all of these people started weaponizing AI against the writers, against the VAs, against the bloggers without a clue, by the way, because none of them were writers. So they didn't have a clue about it. And because they turned it into a weapon so fast, authors and writers went, whoa, hold on a minute. What the hell, right? So instead of jumping into the conversation, they backed off and they went the route of, I'm never using it. I'm not going to use it. I refuse to use it, to the point where some of them have started putting like big old disclaimers in their books. No part of this book was developed by AI. Which doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, as far as the writers go, here's what I like. I see a lot of the same stuff that happened with the AI editors when like Pro Writing Aid and Grammarly and Hemingway and all these editing apps came out. I'm seeing the same pattern happen all over again, just more blown up because it affects more people. And when the AI editors came out, you saw all the same stuff. You saw authors who were not editors out there saying, you never have to hire an editor. You can just do this. And you saw editors feeling that being weaponized against them. And a lot of them saying things like, it's never going to do as good a job as a human would do. The bottom of the barrel editors, the ones who were either brand new to editing and weren't really great at their jobs, or the ones who were really great at editing but maybe not so great at marketing, they got wiped out. They went for a career change. They went for another job somewhere. But they kind of they moved. The rest of the editors, my hair keeps getting stuck in this hinge and it frickin' hurts. The rest of the editors leaned in on human touch. They leaned in on the fact that AI editors are a great tool, but a human editor is always going to be better because we know how to read the pacing and the tension and character presence and things like that. And then the bestest editors use those AI editors to help them with their process, to help them find those rogue commas and those missing semicolons and the EM dashes no one likes and all the little tiny details that take forever. They started employing those to help them save time. And then they lean in on what they're really good at with the human touch, with everything else. So like the really good editors were able to rise up even further, and a lot of them were able to raise their rates because of it. I think that also a lot of the AI that was trained on stolen stuff, I think it needs to be nerfed and started over again, and this time pay for licensing. Pay authors a licensing fee to use their stuff to train your AI. I think that should have been done to begin with. I would not trust something generated by AI on my blog or in a book by itself without some extreme editing, mostly because as of right now, copyright in the United States only covers if it was created by a human. So you can't protect something that was generated by AI. So heavy editing. But I wish that authors got in on it, because then, like, look at what happened with the internet. Artists and authors and whatnot, they were not part of that conversation. That was just tech people being tech people, and then marketers going, look, but you can market your business and you can get more clients and you can sell more books. And then boom, stolen content city. Like, it's so easy to pirate books. It's so easy to steal photos and everything else. And we're constantly retroactively trying to fix that. We're retroactively trying to make it so people can't steal it. If authors and artists were in on the conversation to begin with, then a lot of those regulations and a lot of those tools could be built from the beginning. Hello, Lily. I love your glasses. Thank you. They're all puppies and kitties. Yes. Hello, hello. I'm catching up on the comments now. Me and my sister are here. She doesn't do shout outs. Not really. I will say hello to you if you jump into the conversation, but I don't do just plain shout outs. Seeing lots of Wattpad stories that are clearly written with ChatGPT and it pisses me off. Why would they do that? You don't even earn anything on Wattpad. What I think the bigger question is, why does it upset you? See, I think that AI writing, I mean, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere, no matter how mad we get. So same thing that happened with Hemingway and Pro Writing Aid and all of those AI editors. You're going to see the bottom of the barrel get wiped out. You're going to see a lot of AI content coming out. Most of it is not going to be covered by copyright, simply because law. So you're going to have a bunch of stuff out there, and it's all going to be kind of mediocre. And if you just lean in on the human, you don't have to rail against AI. Let the people who want to write with AI write with AI. Go have fun. People, their stuff is vulnerable to being stolen. Yay! Like, you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to rail against it to just rise above it. You know what I mean? Eventually, it's going to end up evening out where we're going to see human writers still rising to the top. AI is going to force everyone to like really look at their storytelling and really lean into connecting to their ideal readers. It's going to force you to be good, because otherwise, and I have some friends, like I have this one friend, Jason, on LinkedIn. He was talking about like everything he writes. He would copy even his posts and everything. He would copy his post and put it into originality.ai, which is an AI checker. Like you can copy and paste words and it'll tell you whether or not, well, it can't tell you that it was definitely written by AI, but it can tell you whether or not the wording follows the algorithms that an AI would potentially use. So it gives you like percentages, like this is, 90% could have been by AI, or the chances of this is 80% or whatever. And he says that most of his writing always comes back as probably written by AI. And he's like pissed off. And I said, well, maybe you were just so good that they used you to train the AI. But it's going to force us to be better. It's good. Like, if you want to write, be better. But you can do that without railing against the people who want to use it. I closed Windows because puppy now throwing tantrum because she's sitting on my sad window. Oh, no. Good day. Hello. As a writer, I don't think that you should use AI because you can see that it's AI instead of a human. What are you doing here? Do you have a price suggestion for a new beginner copywriting that have no skill but interested to being a copywriter? Freelance copywriter. So I don't have a price suggestion. But if you are new to copywriting, like get a couple of courses. Go to the Copy Blogger is really good. And a lot of free information. You can email me, Naomi@helpmenaomi.com. I have a free course that actually is in need of an update. But I have a free course called the Freelancer Fast Track that helps you like set up your freelance business. It needs an update, but actually one of my mods here, Jessica, she took it. She found a client like this, like the second day, or like how long did it take you, Jessica? It was really short. It was like the same day or the day after or something. She got her first client like ridiculously fast. But it just walks through some of the different mindset shifts. It does not walk through how to copyright, but it does walk through like some of those mindset shifts and things that you need to go from writing as a hobby, writing for the passion, to writing for someone else and writing for money. Because there's a big mindset shift there. But if you email me, I'll send it to you. I just heard that Google's update can tell AI generated content. In order for Google to see your blog is valuable, it needs to be 60% written by human in blog for Google to rank you higher. No, that's not what Google said. Google doesn't care. Google doesn't care that it's AI. What Google cares about is it helpful? Like, that's why it's called the helpful content update. Is it helpful? Is it good? That's what Google cares about. What they don't want is they don't want someone using AI to pump out a bunch of junk content and flood them with a bunch of crap, basically, in an effort to manipulate results. Google hates it when people try to manipulate the SERP. Google does not like it, but Google does not care if you use AI. As long as when you're using AI, you are still demonstrating EEAT, which is expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness. That is what Google cares about. If you can do it with AI, Google's fine with that. Most people can't do it with AI. On the law side, outside of Google, on the law side, anything that is generated by AI cannot be covered by copyright as of right now. That could change. So you could get by Google's requirements and do it, but both of them actually, because you have to be able to put in your expertise and your experience, and that can't really be done by AI because AI doesn't have your experience. So heavily edited gets in. Hello. Where would we find your class? Email me. I'll send it to you. Not long, like within a few days to a week. What's the email? Naomi@helpmenaomi.com. That's what I meant. It needs to be valuable. Yes. Time do you need to finish up today? I do need to go. I was trying to make sure I answered everyone's questions so that I didn't leave a hanging question, but I do need to go. All right, y'all. I'm going to run. It's Monday. Okay, for those of you in Word, office hours is in about 15 minutes-ish, somewhere around there, bottom of the hour. All right? Well, it's 10:12 now. So, yeah, around 10:30-ish, give or take. Have a great day. Writing and publishing. Hi, I like your hair. Thank you. For everyone else, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Bye.